You already know Miyamoto Musashi. He's the samurai, the one everyone references when they want to sound like they've read something. Wrote the Book of Five Rings, still on airport bookstore shelves, next to the biographies of tech billionaires. That's the version Takehiko Inoue didn't want to draw. Before Vagabond, Inoue made Slam Dunk. It's one of the best-selling manga ever made, and he finished it at 29. He could have done literally anything after that, and it would have been fine. He chose to spend the next 12 years drawing a samurai manga about a guy who hasn't figured anything out yet. The Musashi in Vagabond is 17 at the start, and his name is Shinmen Takezo. He just survived the Battle of Sekigahara, one of the largest battles in Japanese history, comes home, and his own village is terrified of him. They wanted him gone before he left. A monk eventually steps in, gives him a new name, and sends him back out. And Musashi decides he's going to be the greatest swordsman who ever lived, so he does it. He travels, he fights, he wins. He keeps going. And this is where Inoue starts doing something that takes a while to notice. After every fight, he draws Musashi's face the same way. Empty. Already thinking about the next one, before this one has finished meaning anything. His childhood friend Matahachi survived the same battle. Same village, same war, same starting point. Matahachi goes the complete opposite direction. Drifts, makes bad calls, leaves people behind, spends years doing the version of living where you're not really going anywhere, but you're always moving. He's not evil about it. He's just someone who keeps choosing the easier thing and finding, slowly, that easier things have a way of adding up to something you didn't intend. Inoue follows both of them. He's not making a point about discipline versus laziness. He's just showing you what two people look like after years of different choices. And the uncomfortable thing is that Musashi, for all his direction, doesn't look that much happier than Matahachi does. He's winning. He's becoming the thing he said he wanted to become. Something's still off. At some point, Inoue removes Musashi from the story entirely and spends a long stretch with a character named Sasaki Kojiro. Kojiro is deaf, never formally trained, and learned the sword mostly by watching how things in the world move. Birds, water, falling objects. He's not chasing anything. He's not building toward a title or a reputation. He picks up a sword and it just makes sense to him in a way that very little else does, and that's the whole story. He's not trying to be the greatest. The idea doesn't really land for him, and that's the thing that makes Musashi uncomfortable when their paths eventually cross. Kojiro has the thing Musashi's been fighting toward, and he got there without fighting toward it at all. Musashi is never just doing a thing. He's always also watching himself do it, measuring it, asking whether this feels like it's supposed to feel, whether this fight is the one that finally settles something. Kojiro just fights. There's a version of this that reads like the manga saying, natural talent beats hard work, but that's not it. It's asking something more annoying than that. What does it actually feel like to want the right thing versus to want the idea of a thing? Because Musashi is very good at wanting. He's just not sure anymore what he's actually after. Here's the part that got me. Inoue spent 12 years on this manga. Grueling deadlines, weekly chapters, the full machinery of serialized publication. And somewhere in the middle of all that, he lost the thread, he said it himself, that he'd been running on external pressure for so long, deadlines and reader expectations and the weight of the series, that he stopped being able to find his own reason for making it. He forgot where he was going, forgot why he started. Think about that. The guy drawing a story about a man who loses himself chasing a goal, lost himself chasing the goal of telling that story. And you can see it if you read the manga knowing that. The pages where things slow down, where Musashi stops and stares, and doesn't do anything in particular for a while. That's not padding. That's Inoue trying to draw his way back to something he couldn't find from the outside. The manga went on hiatus in 2015. Chapter 327. No conclusion, just stopped. He's talked about coming back. Maybe he will. But the thing that stays with me is that chapter 327 doesn't feel like an interruption when you get there. Musashi is in a quieter place by then, still figuring it out, just asking better questions than he was at 17. I've watched a lot of video essays about manga, read a lot of pieces about Musashi, the ones that stick to the legend, the wise master, the finished philosopher. They're fine, informative, whatever. Vagabond is interesting because it doesn't care about any of that. It's interested in the version of the story where the guy doesn't have it figured out, where winning isn't the same as arriving, where you can be relentlessly good at something and still not know what it's for. Most people would rather skip to the part where Musashi has the answers. Inoue spent 37 volumes on the part where he doesn't. That's probably why the manga keeps pulling people back even a decade after it went quiet. Pick it up, don't rush it.